There's a moment when your phone screen lights up with a message and your entire body contracts inward. This contraction isn't because you don't like the person who sent it or because the plan sounds terrible. It's because the idea of being anywhere other than alone feels like dragging yourself through broken glass. If you've experienced this, you already know what we're talking about. And if you haven't, all of this will sound like madness to you. Because emotionally depleted people don't just get tired, they gradually stop participating in the parts of life that are considered normal. These kinds of people don't make themselves known, and there's no dramatic collapse. There's no crying in the car, no distinct moment when they decide to give up. It creeps in. You start canceling more plans than you keep. You stop replying to messages, not out of ill intent, but because even typing a response feels like building an impenetrable wall. On a Friday night, home alone, instead of the feeling of missing out on something happening out there, you feel a deep, dangerous, and addictive sense of relief. The world keeps spinning. You stop keeping up. And the strange thing is, it doesn't feel like failure. Quite the opposite. It feels like the first moment you've been honest with yourself in months. You're home and your coat is still on. Keys are on the counter. Your phone buzzes. A name you genuinely care about. An invitation to something ordinary, something easy. Drinks, dinner, a movie. Your finger hovers in the air. Your chest tightens. It's not exactly anxiety. More like your nervous system building a wall. You can feel it. The effort it would take to shower again, to pick out an outfit that doesn't look like you've given up, to get back in the car, to smile, to be there, to do the little dance of being a person that people like. And suddenly it's no longer a decision, it's a reflex. You type, "Sorry, I can't make it." And the relief comes instantly, physical. Your shoulders drop. You breathe. Silence wraps around you like a blanket. And for the first time all day, you're not pretending. What's actually happening is this: your nervous system isn't weak, it's overloaded. For weeks, maybe months, maybe years, you've been running on a treadmill that never stops. Every conversation is a decision. Every email is a task. Every interaction requires code switching, emotional regulation, competence performance, reading the room, managing how you're perceived. Your brain sees social engagement as a high stakes negotiation, because in a way, it is. And when you're already running at capacity, when your internal reserves are depleted, your system starts making executive decisions without asking permission. It shuts down inputs. It restricts energy. It says no to anything that isn't life-threatening. And unfortunately, most of normal life fits that category. Nobody tells you this part. The withdrawal that starts as self-preservation can quietly become who you are. You think you're just taking a break, just recovering, just getting through this week. But 1 week becomes two, two becomes a month, and suddenly you're someone who doesn't go anywhere, doesn't make plans, doesn't reach out. It wasn't a decision you made, it was a drift. And by the time you notice, you're so far from shore that swimming back feels impossible. Let's talk about why normal is so loud. Normal means being reachable, responding quickly, showing up, sharing, engaging, smiling when you don't feel like it, making small talk about weekends and weather and things you're supposed to care about but don't. It means acting fine when you're not fine. It means managing other people's comfort, laughing at jokes that aren't funny, agreeing when you'd rather stay silent. For someone running on empty, each of these small performances is a withdrawal from an account that's already overdrawn, and the world doesn't stop asking. Your friends want to see you. Your family wants updates. Social media wants content. Everyone wants a version of you that no longer exists. And maintaining that illusion is the thing that's killing you. Then there's work. You are reliable, competent, the person who gets things done, the one who doesn't complain, doesn't call in sick, doesn't drop the ball. And that reputation becomes a cage, because now you can't stop. You can't let the mask slip. You can't admit that you're holding everything together with tape and stubbornness. The culture of competence doesn't reward honesty. It rewards resilience. So you keep going. You keep delivering. And every day you do, you dig the hole a little deeper. Burnout isn't dramatic, it's cumulative. Thousands of small moments of swallowing frustration, saying yes when you want to say no, giving more than you have. And one day you wake up and realize you have nothing left to give. Not to your job, not to your people, not even to yourself. Relationships are where it gets complicated. You care about these people, you do, but caring takes energy, and you're running on fumes. So you start pulling back. You leave messages on read, not because you're ignoring them, but because responding feels like lifting a boulder. You skip birthdays. You stop asking people how they're doing because you don't have the bandwidth to hold their answer. Then the guilt comes because you know you're a bad friend, a distant partner, a ghost in your own life. But guilt doesn't create energy, it just adds weight. So you withdraw further. You tell yourself you'll reconnect when you're better, when you have more to give, but better never comes. And the distance grows, and the loneliness you were trying to escape starts to feel like the only place you're safe. Research on burnout and social withdrawal suggests something crucial. When the nervous system is chronically activated, when stress hormones remain elevated for extended periods, the brain begins prioritizing survival over connection. Clinical literature describes this as a kind of protective mode. Social bonds, under normal conditions, are regulatory, but when you're depleted, they become destabilizing. The same interactions that once recharged you now drain you. The people haven't changed, your capacity has. And your system, in trying to protect you, starts treating normal life as a threat. Here's the reframe: you're not broken, you're not lazy, you're not antisocial. Your system is adapting. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do when resources are scarce, shutting down what it deems non essential. The problem is that it doesn't know the difference between a lion and a text message, between danger and dinner plans, so it treats everything like a risk. And in doing so, it isolates you from the very things that could help. There is a difference between healthy withdrawal and collapse. Healthy withdrawal is intentional. You choose solitude because it restores you. You set boundaries because they protect your capacity. Collapse is when you stop choosing. You're not resting, you're just not participating. And you can no longer tell the difference. The way out isn't dramatic. It's not a weekend getaway or a sudden epiphany. It's smaller than that. It's learning to live your life in different doses. Maybe you don't say yes to everything. Maybe you stop apologizing for needing space. Maybe you protect your mornings, that first hour before the world gets loud, and you don't fill it with screens or obligations. Maybe you build pockets of nothingness, not as a luxury, but as a necessity. Maybe you start saying no without a reason, without a justification, just, no, I can't. And you stop explaining, because the people who understand won't need the explanation, and the people who don't won't accept it anyway. Recovery isn't about doing more, it's about doing less. It's about giving your system permission to stop running. You didn't choose this. You didn't wake up one day and decide to reject everything. But here you are. And the fact that you're recognizing it means something. It means a part of you still wants the way back. So start there. Start with what you can hold. Start with the silence. Start with one less commitment. Start with understanding that protecting your capacity isn't selfishness. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing. We're building a space for the kind of conversations no one else is having. And if you've ever felt this way, subscribe and leave a comment, because you're not alone.